what a libertarian is to me is someone that believes in non-aggression, someone that's anti-war.
I'm glad he admits that they totally dropped the ball on advertising this completely unnecessary shot.
I really just wish they would stop targeting children.
That might have been the dumbest 2 minutes of my life ever. Listening to this fucking.
We love you. You're very special.
Very, very special indeed.
Very special, very special.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a long-awaited return of Audacity of Freedom. So much has happened, but I'm so excited to sit down and vent about shit. So that's literally all I'm going to do tonight. Brendan, how are you, sir?
Fantastic, fantastic. I am excited to be back. Excited. I mean,
it's been a few months.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, nothing's happened.
Oh, not at all.
Historically, there's been nothing major.
Nope.
That Ukraine thing's still going on.
It
I
is?
think.
Is
It is?
Is it?
I don't know. We should find out.
They certainly aren't talking about it anymore.
I haven't heard anything in a while.
Still trying to send them money, but I mean, other than that,
Yeah. Did the vote
Yeah.
go? I think the vote got rejected today.
did it? Fine.
Yeah,
God.
I was flipping through. I saw Senate on C-SPAN, and it was the votes were. It was 40-40, I think, for and against, and you need 60 to win. I was like, well, we're pretty close to not having that one go.
So that whole thing where Zelensky's in the middle of the stage, no one's talking to him, everyone's glad handing, and he's just standing there all alone. It's that's actually it's coming to fruition, in a real life. Yeah.
I almost feel bad for him because we put him up to that.
Oh yeah, he's a total cuck.
Yeah, total.
You know
cuck.
what I mean? I mean, total cuck. So there's I feel bad for him. Well, kind of. I mean, Yeah,
I think last
just
time
look at history, you had to know what was going to happen.
Yeah, I think the last time we were on here talking about Ukraine, Russia it was rumored that there was a peace deal trying to be pushed forward, which at the time was a conspiracy theory. Mind you, this is 2 months ago, I think, when we talked about this last. And now it's confirmed that, oh yeah, no, Britain and the U.S. told Zelensky to fuck off, and you're staying at war, bitch. And Putin was ready to talk peace, but we told them to fuck off. So,
yeah, I mean that's yes, it's proven true. All these conspiracy theories, quote unquote theories, are amazingly coming true. So,
can you believe how right all of us were through COVID, through war, through this next coming election?
I was thinking about that too today because I was listening to Dave Smith was on Rogan. So I was listening to that today, and he was talking about how he was fighting with his pediatrician because his pediatrician was trying to give his 6-month-old a vaccine.
Oh,
and
Jesus Christ.
I was like, oh my God. So,
I would not want to be Dave Smith's pediatrician in the moment.
Not at all. Not at all. Yeah. It's just,
I could imagine a 5-minute lecture of Dave Smith going, why would you want to give a 6-month-year-old a shot? What the fuck? And you'd be like, how many times did he say
how many times? God damn it. He still does it.
Love you, Dave.
How old are you, Dave? Stop saying
I do it all the time now too.
I do. God. And I'm gonna do it 8 million times during this episode because you just did that. But
I know
the thing that kills me even more than that, right, is that I had a doctor do it to me. I had COVID. I wanted to go back to work, and so I called him. Well, I thought I was calling my physician. Well, my physician left. It's another guy. He's like, all right, when did you get COVID? And of course, I know the 10-day rule. So I may have fudged a few numbers here, but I tested negative for COVID. So I was like, hey, listen, I can go back to work. He's like, well, it's been 10 days. I'm like, yeah, it has. And he's like, all right. So he's like, so what do you think about the vaccine? I'm like, I'm sorry, what? He said, yeah, what do you think about getting the vaccine? I'm like,
He's like, I don't believe in antibodies.
I'm like, no. Like, why would I get the vaccine? I have COVID. And he's like, or had it.
Because Joe Biden said you need one, bitch.
Yeah, he's like, is there anything I can say to you that will change your mind? I'm like, absolutely not. I was like, you are a doctor, right? Like, I'm confused. Yeah, so even in my case, like yeah, and so listening to Dave Smith talk to Joe Rogan about that type of thing, and listening and like thinking back about how right we were during that whole thing, and all the people that were wrong trusted big government and big pharma. Good job,
Winners.
Speaking
of winners, a new war started. That's why nobody cares about Ukraine.
It's true. It is absolutely true. Yeah.
Did anybody have the starting of World War III from Israel and Palestine on their doomsday wall, or whatever calendar or whatever bullshit you're keeping track of all the weird things that have happened in our, I don't know, in this new like short few years of simulation that seems like still feels like it's 2020 sometimes, because so much shit just keeps happening.
Yeah. If you had that on your bingo card, you should also play the lottery, because holy good God, like you're awesome. Although it was kind of a weird start to that, like October 7th, right? Like they took forever to respond. I'm not saying it was okay, because it was awful what happened, but I'm saying it just seemed like almost like a false flag attack.
You better be careful, Brandon. I don't see Star of David behind you, and you're criticizing or speculating and potentially criticizing the Israeli government. Are you being anti-Semitic right now?
I think most of you all know that I hate most people, so it's really not differentiating between
you don't stand with Palestine.
I also love most people as well, so just in case you were wondering on that one. Yeah. So good luck. I'm just saying it seemed like pretty weird. You know, it seemed like all of those, like, hey, there's a chlorine gas attack. It killed the whole village. Oh, Bashar al-Assad is killing his own people. Oh, wait. Oh, that wasn't right. Oops.
Oh, you shut down all social media and all internet communications from everybody in the region, so we couldn't see what was really happening.
Yeah. It just seems it's suspect.
You know what I do when there's like these crazy things that happen in the world? That's the only reason I have Snapchat. So like when there's a school shooting, when there's a volcano, like anything that happens, anything crazy that pops up on the news, I get on Snapchat and I like zoom in on the map to that area of the world, and I start watching people's videos of shit they're posting nearby. And that's how I confirm.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. I love it because you get to see some real shit that you'll never see on the news.
Yeah.
And so like I'll be like, okay, yeah, this shit's fucking legit. This shit's real. Yeah, everything that happened on the was that October 7th, they shut it down. Everything. You can see videos of shit. I'm like, okay, that's creepy.
So they couldn't respond to the attack, but they shut down the internet.
Oh fuck yeah, it was shut down. Like during the attacks. During the attacks, this shit was shut down.
So they knew it was happening. Yeah, that's what tells me.
So, regardless of that, you are now required by law in America to have an opinion on this. And you must stand with one or the other. You cannot
Yeah. Yeah.
you cannot like have a nuanced conversation about the same. This is okay. I'll just cut right to the chase. This topic and this discussion, I feel, is breaking not only the brains of people that Jesus Christ were already broken, but libertarians are trying to save people, and it's a waste of time. Stop it. Their
Yeah.
brains are broken. Don't have a nuanced approach to this conversation because nobody's listening. Their heels are dug in well before this happened, and they're gonna stay there because this is the new thing, and it's a cult. Holy shit, this is bad. Anyway, your thoughts?
I couldn't agree more. This is you're either for the vaccine or you're anti-vax, right? Like you're either for Ukraine or you're a Putin apologist or a lover. You're either for Israel or you love the Palestinians. Like there's just, or you love Hamas, I should say. Like, right. You supported the attack on October 7th because you just say, hey, maybe we should ask a question. No, don't you dare. You just want to get out and get a haircut. You son of a bitch. You want to kill my grandmother. This is the same type of thing. This is exactly the same. So these are the same people that said I wanted to kill my grandmother just to go to work or, get outside is the same people that are telling me that we have to support Ukraine and Israel is the only one to support here. Like, it's just
completely unhinged.
It's ridiculous. And yeah, I agree with you. Like, what's the point? What's the point of discussing it with these people? You can't discuss rational topics, or you can't discuss topics rationally with irrational people. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, and I'm a fool. I tried.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Bitch still keeps commenting too.
You're a glutton for punishment sometimes.
So my old neighbor, for those that don't know, my old neighbor from Iowa, who was like hardcore lefty. She was like blue-haired chick with like tube top, go crazy, and everything you say, you're killing grandma. But she would come over to my house, sit in my garage with me during COVID,
hang out
with me and argue with me till 3 a.m. because she thought it was fun. She wouldn't drink. She would partake in other vices while I sat and drank whiskey and like she sucked at debating. It was always kind of fun for me because I was just kicking her ass the whole time. But so like I'm still Facebook friends with her. I haven't seen her in fucking year and a half, 2 years. And she posts one of those like visual what do you call those, like you have to like squint to see it, and it was like a whole bunch of watermelons.
I hate those things. I can't see those things.
It's a whole bunch of sliced watermelons in the water, and when you squint your eyes you can see it says from the river to the sea Palestine will be free. And I'm like like she's trying to be provocative. She wants attention. She knows that that's something that some people actually do find offensive. I know a few Jewish friends, believe it or not, is all the shit I've said in the past. I have a couple of friends of mine that are Jewish, and like they find offense to that phrase. Whether I don't know, I'm not Jewish. I really don't give a fuck. You can say that to me all day. I don't give a shit. But I was like, I really don't like one of my friends is posting something like that, just all willy-nilly. And I know she knows nothing about the area, the war, anything that's going on. And I question if she even understood what that phrase meant. So I had to go. My comment was no Jewish friends? ? I opened up a fucking can of worms. Because apparently she's got 2 Jewish friends that don't live in Iowa, by the way. One lives in Maine and the other one lives in, I think, Arizona. And they didn't go to school together. They're internet friends. So they're friends.
Friends, yeah.
And they're both Jews that love Palestine and think that phrase is fine and are trying to argue with me on there. And I'm like, went on and on and on. And all it was like, I'd make like some little quick, like, fucking smart ass fuck you comments in the middle of like me making my point. And they were like, how dare you? How dare you? I was like, oh my God. And the one goes, do you know what it's like being a Jew? Being told that this is offensive when I find no offense. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, if you're a Jew and you don't find it offensive, like, does that make now you're offended that I think that that's offensive to some Jewish people? Maybe not you, but the other Jewish people find it offensive. Now you're offended by that? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
If you watch the news, there's plenty of Jewish people that find that offensive. I don't think that's you're not out of the realm of possibility. Yeah.
The fucking ADL says it's offensive. The ADL, they are not on anybody's side anymore. Like these.
I was gonna say
guys.
The ADL, like who the fuck knows where they're at?
Yeah. But even they are like, hey, like, yeah, this is got roots and hatred and want to blah blah blah. And then you can talk to some libertarians and they'll be like, well, yeah, you can't just think that from the river to the sea is just a thing Hamas said back in their constitution. Israel said it about their own people and they want to eradicate everybody and have the whole country be theirs too. I'm like, well, then can we just say that everybody that said it sucks? Like, okay, yeah, Hamas said it in this, and then Israel said it. Can we all just shut up about it then? Because like, it's obviously been used as a term to say that we want to go to war, kill a lot of people so we can take land back. That is literally what it means. Whether you are Hamas, Palestinian, Jewish, or a fucking what's the Jewish thing? The hardcore Jews?
The Hasidic?
No.
Oh.
What are they over there?
Zionist.
Oh yeah, that's the other fucking word I'm sick of hearing.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what you're.
Yeah, well, and I'm like, no matter who says it, it's bad. Can we just like I didn't do it. I almost did it. And if they push me anymore and leave me any more comments on there, I might do it. But like, okay, let's find a racist term. Let's find a racist statement. Okay. If I say that, whether I am that race or not that race, is it better? Is it not better? Like, what if I said it about a different race? Is that better? If I said it about myself, is that okay? Like, because I'm not saying it about the race intended that you think it's intended for. Like, that's all this is. Like, it's taking a statement that has a known fucking meaning to the people of the area that they want to eradicate, kill, and take land.
I don't feel like it's cryptic at all, right? Like, they know.
Yeah, like, and to deny like that is fucking stupid.
It's just weird. It's weird. I think you can say like, oh, I understand what they're saying, but like, and then go from there. But then to pretend that like that's not really what's happening, it's kind of delusional.
Yeah. So my favorite thing with this whole thing. So I actually found the comment thread here. So my wife kind of egged it on to start with. Because after she saw the post, she goes, "What the fuck is this?" I go, "Oh my God." And so I kind of update her because my wife's not political. She doesn't know shit about what's going on in the world. And I kind of explained to her what it means. And she goes, "Oh my God, why the fuck would she do that?" I don't know. And she was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna fuck with her." And she puts, "What does that mean?" Trying to act innocent. So my neighbor, posts, "Free Palestine from the river to the sea." That's why I put, "No Jewish friends? Cringe, LOL." Like, I don't have any Zionist friends, if that's what you're asking. Like, oh my fucking God, of course. God damn it, here we go. And so right away the comments pop up. "Did you know there are 214,000 Jewish settlers currently living in the West Bank and Gaza, right?" The fuck does that have to do with anything?
So they're getting bombed too? Like, I don't think so.
I'm like, I I didn't ask for that, but thanks for the fat. I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
know. The next person goes, wild concept. There are Jewish Palestinians being killed. There are Palestinians of all faiths being killed. Jewish does not equal Zionist, and Palestinian does not equal Muslim. So I just, at this point, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? That was not my conversation at all. But not sure why that to the 214,000 Jewish settlers I put, not sure why that is needing said in respect to my comment, but okay, thank you. And then the other one I put, from the river to the sea is in let's see, declaring eradication of anybody who lives in Jerusalem, basically, or across the country, basically. Zionist or not, this conflict is wildly outside anyone, and this thread's understanding. To pick a side so flippantly and stating a slogan that promotes the deaths of specific race is the cringe part. That's all I'm saying. But it is the current thing, so go ahead and chant your phrases and make yourself feel better. It's like after I prove a point, I just gonna be like little fucking kidney shot.
Yeah. Poke him.
And
Turn
so
the knife.
my neighbor goes, "Good luck, buddy. You're about to get a lot more education that you clearly need." I was like, what? It's like, so far, this is dumb. So I replied, "Oh, no, sweetheart. I've seen everything being said. You can repeat all the same shit that's on Twitter. It boils down to, did they do this thing first on both sides? Childish bickering from two opposing views, who will likely not get over any of it in our lifetimes. There's no end if they can't agree on where this began. So picking a side on this fight is a wasted endeavor, meant to virtue signal. That's all anyone here is doing, virtue signaling." Right away, the next comment. "You seem to be the only one in this conversation that doesn't know the history of the subject." What the fuck? It's like,
Okay. How would you even get that from the comments that you've made?
I know, right? That's what I was thinking.
Well, I was like, I don't even know. Yeah.
And then puts, "So maybe consider not talking about it at all." So now she's telling me that I can't have an opinion on something because everything you've said so far tells me
this is her out. This is her out because she doesn't want to talk to you about it because it's obvious she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Oh, this one comes back later. It's great.
Yeah.
She puts, "You are making a lot of assumptions about the people now in this thread, and I can assure you we are well educated on the subject and constantly adding to that knowledge. And so is a Jewish person standing in the light of my ancestors. I say with all my heart, in capital letters, free Palestine." I'm like, oh my God, the fact that she put, "I say with all my heart," in capital letters, free Palestine. I could see her typing it going, with her fat fucking goddamn face and her blue fucking hair and her goddamn lesbian tattoos. Fucking, "I'm gonna get this fucking bigot." So my response to that, because that's what I was imagining in my head when I was reading it, and I almost fucking chuckled. And so I just replied, "That's fantastic. I never said I didn't want Palestine to be free. Why is everything so fucking binary with people? The phrase used is the cringe part. Also, nice extra virtue signal, by the way." She had to say that she was a Jewish person standing with the ancestors.
Yeah, you have to prove that you love the Jews, but also can and want to free Palestine.
So then the next person chimes in. "It's not about being a current thing. Hamas charter literally states that its problem is not with Jewish people, nor does it want to eradicate Judaism." I was like, really? You like, and it's from commondreams.org, which is paid for by fucking God knows who. So let's see. Somebody goes, "See, my neighbor goes, see, I told you, you bit off more than you wanted." I replied, "You obviously, I thought you knew me better than that."
Yeah.
And then I replied to Mr. current or Hamas charter states that they have no problem. I replied, that's cute. So back to the comment posted. Is the phrase in question a dog whistle for anti-Semitism? Maybe not to you personally, but to many people it is. Also, I'm really glad 3 people on Facebook have all the answers. Can't wait to see peace in the Middle East when you guys are done. I would argue the post of the phrase was the one that was meant to draw the reaction, but I'll leave the finger pointing to you guys.
It again, you're questioning their motives, questioning what they're posting, and it instantly just gets turned around on you and how you just don't understand, and you don't like. Yeah.
Oh, it's projection.
Oh
The
yeah,
whole thing's
completely,
projection.
completely. But it's just like you don't understand. You don't know. You don't know. You're like, well,
You're
wait a
not a
second.
Jew.
Wait a second. Neither are you. What?
So the one that like had the freak out earlier, the what I imagine would be the blue-haired lesbian. She finally comes back. No, the phrase in question is not a dog whistle for anti-Semitism. It simply means free Palestine. The people that think it is are the same people that think that dehumanize Palestinians. I don't know what the fuck that means, and don't see what this for what it is. A cry for freedom, standing up against oppression is not anti-Semitic. So I just replied, even the ADL says it's rooted in anti-Jewish sentiment. That aside, this reminds me of the great quote, you cannot learn what you think you already know. I fear, which I'm trying to remember who had that. I actually posted that on Facebook randomly the day before that. I was like, wow, this fits fucking great. And I told her, I was like, I fear an illusion of understanding is removing people's curiosity, and everyone is just trying to always be right, which is what this is. This is just people going, I know one little thing, so I know all of it. I'm right. Fuck you. I'm going to fight to the death. And
I mean, they're not wrong. Like Palestine wants to be free, but that doesn't mean they don't want to kill their oppressor, right? Like
yeah,
that's complete. Like this is not like they've been oppressed for so long. The idea that they wouldn't want to murder everybody that did it to them, like I can't even imagine. I can't imagine. Like, how would that?
No, it'd suck to be in their shoes. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I sympathize with them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I just don't like. I'm not saying they're right by saying that type of thing, and I'm not saying like that's accurate. That's what they should do. But, however, I get it. Like, I get it. Like, yeah, I would want to hurt people that hurt me. That's it.
Correct. Yeah. So, blue-haired lesbian comes back. It is interesting to me now through this whole thing. Like, I don't know, other than a couple smart-ass remarks, I thought I've been, I don't know, pretty gracious through this whole thing. She says, it is interesting to me that you only seem to want to listen to Jewish voices that agree with your worldview. One, I've never talked about like who I'm listening to. Yeah. I just said some people that are Jewish find this offensive. It's not my worldview. Like, I'm saying, hey, they know more than I do about this and they find it offensive. Like, I've never really explained that, but she just flipped that and said that I only listen to Jews that know my worldview. I'm like, what the fuck?
This is just like assuming that you only watch Fox News.
Oh yeah, something.
This is like the same type of like argument, right? Like you're like, well, if you got your news from
it's a projection.
Something other than Fox News, yeah, exactly.
She is projecting what she thinks onto me, but she is actually only listening to people with Jewish voices that agree with her worldview. That's what's really happening, and she's trying to throw that at me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? She puts, the bottom line is that standing up against oppression is not anti-Jewish. That's true. But that's not the bottom line. I don't think you even realize how disrespectful you are being right now. I'm like,
what?
Me? Like, oh, okay, I'm listening. What's going on? She puts, how condescending of you to try to tell me, a person who has had the lesson of the Holocaust ingrained in me since before I was born.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm like, go on.
I'm sorry, what? Did you say before you were born?
It's ingrained. Do you not know?
Oh
The
my
gases under her skin.
God. Oh Jesus.
Then she puts that I can't understand a genocide when it is happening right before my eyes. You can think that you want a you can think what you want about the situation, but I challenge you not to be so callous when people are speaking from heart. This is not a debate that you can win, nor should that be the goal. People are dying. Try to have some compassion. Every single response I have given you has come from my soul. This is not a game. I was laughing my fucking ass off when I originally read that. I literally had to pull my fucking car over into a parking lot and slow down
Oh
and
my
reread it
God.
because I was like, this is amazing. I
What?
can see her. Fucking you bigot, motherfucker.
This is great.
So what do you think I responded with? Any guesses?
Oh, I'm sure something snarky. And
I took a Phil line.
oh Jesus. I'm sorry
So
you're offended.
I did what she did to me earlier. Not
Yeah.
sure where the assumptions are coming from. Like she blamed me of assuming all kinds of shit earlier. I was like, now you're assuming a bunch of shit about me.
Yeah.
And here we go. Sounds like I hurt your feels. Period.
That's perfect. I love that opening.
Bottom line is, I pointed out a statement that many people find horrific is being allowed when we spent the better part of the last decade hearing words matter. Change the subject all you want and try to make this about you somehow. I accept your concession and wish you a good day. She hasn't replied. Fucking bitch.
That's great. Yeah, that is definitely a
Seriously.
Phil. That's a Phil.
Yeah,
that's
I accept
definitely
your
Phil.
concession.
Yeah.
I stole that from Phil. He
Yeah.
loves to do that because it gets under your fucking skin so
Yeah.
bad when he says it. You're like, motherfucker. I was
I
like,
didn't
oh, she's gonna.
concede.
I was like, she's gonna hate this.
The reason she did not reply is because her head exploded. So
Well, in our hurt her feels.
you heard her feels and her head exploded.
Jesus Christ. And so when you go click on these people's profile pictures and you go look at their posts, they're all stereotypical. Like they are the fucking the NPC meme, living out their fucking weird little lives. One of them, oh god, this Leah Campbell. I don't want to. That's maybe I shouldn't have said that, but anyway, whatever happens. Now this one, I believe she's supposed to be married, but she's like, I don't know, like 22, 25. Like she's supposed to like be all educated on this shit. Like, fuck you, lady. Literally, fuck you.
You remember how stupid you were when you were
She's from
22 years old?
Vermont.
Oh yeah,
She's from fucking Vermont, and she's like 25. Fuck you. She's got a whopping 368 friends. Like, like, and she's married to, let's see, she's married to a dude that works at a fucking brewery. Like, I don't know. I don't see anything in her bio, her profile, anything that makes me go, I should listen to this woman because it's from the heart.
she probably didn't know shit about
knows
this
about
thing.
the Holocaust, Brendan.
It's deep in her soul.
It's fucking ingrained in her. She knows all too well. God damn it, you bigot.
Yeah, I something tells me she didn't know anything about this, before on October 6th. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
But whatever. I'm glad she wants to free the Palestinian people. I do too.
Oh, and then she is friends with one of the other ones. Okay, there's the blue-haired lesbian. So I got the blue-haired lesbian mixed up. That's a different one. She's an actor, technician, designer, artist.
Ooh.
This is my professional profile. And then when you click on her personal profile, which is the exact same picture, disabled, indigenous, queer, community organizer, theater artist.
A lot of keywords in there. A lot of.
Why in the fuck would you put disabled as the first thing that you want to identify with?
I don't know. Everybody wants to be special, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, she fucking looks special, all right. Oh my god, and all of her photos wearing mask, BLM, you get the fists, mask, pink hair. Jesus Christ. Everything you'd expect.
Yep.
Good God.
Loves big government.
Yeah. All of the remember when like, I don't know, Brendan, you're older than me, so maybe it's not the same, but I feel like the childhood my older brother had, who's about your age, Lynn. You guys are close to the same age.
Yeah.
Like when the fucking weird girl in your class just wasn't that great, she like jammed out to like Metallica, dyed her hair black, and kind of went a little goth, but she was still kind of okay. Usually they were still pretty cool. And I remember we still hang out with them. And I had the same thing when I was in high school. Like there was, kind of the weird girls were kind of gothic a little bit, but they were still fun. They'd come out and drink beer and party with us. And they were in a way, they were, they might have been a little bit of lesbian vibe going on. They felt like they wanted to be, one of the guys, because apparently the guys were the only ones that hang out with them because they weren't into Barbies. Like, I get it.
Yep.
Now it's like, fuck the patriarchy and all men suck. So we can't hang out with them, but we're too butch to hang out with all the pretty girls. So let's be fucking Marxist. Like, I don't know when that started. Do you know? Like,
it's like militant feminism. I don't know.
Yeah,
dude.
like,
I bet it, but it like
it's switch get flipped. It's so crazy.
Right? It seems like with the whole gender thing, it seems really when it went crazy.
I think the feminism thing started before the gender thing.
Oh no, it definitely did, but it wasn't I mean, when I was growing up, it wasn't. But then I gotta say, like, I'm not gonna speak for you, but for me, I wasn't politically aware until I was like 30. So like,
Right.
if someone said something to me that was political or meant to like offend me, I probably would have just been like, oh, okay, haha, and just walked away.
Like, that sounds gay.
That sounds that sounds stupid. Like, whatever. Okay. So it yeah, so I wish I could tell you, but really the gender wise, like gender thing, that this has been recent.
The mainstream part of it's been recent.
Yeah. But no, I agree with you. Like, even in high school and even in the military, and law enforcement, you're dealing with, I hate to say it, but you're dealing with a lot of butch women, because those are the type of women that get into those careers.
We used to call them Tom girls back in the day. Like, it was,
they're true.
Kind of masculine females that probably, like, they couldn't kick most guys' asses, but like the little scrawny little dork that you grew up with, there's always that one or two butch girls that can beat the shit out of your smallest guy friend. And probably did once or twice.
Hey, there were some girls in my Border Patrol Academy that I was like, holy shit! Like, I wouldn't like. There was one that scared the shit out of me. She's taller than me. She was thick. I think she would have hurt me. She failed driving. Surprising, I know. So listen.
How dare you?
How dare you? I mean, there's really more to it than that, but really, ultimately, if anyone ever asked, like, how did you leave the academy, that's what she would have to say. Seriously. Yeah. And it's awful because honestly, I would trust her to back me up more than most of the people that actually graduated. So it was I was really sad to see her go. So
some guy had to give her the keys to a vehicle. God damn.
Man, that would yeah, I completely forgot what we were talking about. I was too busy making fun of someone. But no, yeah, the militant feminism and the butchery and all that stuff. Like, I don't know, like Yeah, there's Tom girls, there's being butch, but there's even feminine, effeminate males, and again, like no one cared. Like you just, if they were cool, you hung around with them. And yeah, maybe you said some not nice things to them, but you'd say it to their face because you're friends with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was just
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Like it just, I don't know what happened and where it
feminism
happened.
always,
That it was just,
yeah,
sorry.
like the like hardcore, like mean, like I want to fight men and patriarchy, like hardcore feminism. Like I've always found that completely disgusting, and like it never really clicked with me why. Like I've always been extremely turned off by it because I always had the like I always thought it was dumb. Why would you like take half the population and make them your enemy? Like why would you want to do, like that's a losing battle. Like I'm sorry, win hearts and minds is always like, I don't know, learn how to be persuasive, or if you can't be persuasive, be manipulative, like whatever you got to do to win some hearts and minds. But declaring half the world your fucking enemy, especially when they're bigger, stronger, and hold the power, it's probably a bad idea. Like it's a losing battle. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not a military strategist, right? Like that's just, but I'm just saying.
If I'm the only one that can open the jar of pickles, you're in trouble. Okay.
This is why we're around.
Yeah,
But
that's it.
I was listening to Pat. Oh, it's I always PB.
Oh yeah,
Patrick Bet David. That yeah, there we go. I always fuck up his name for some reason. I was listening to his, and I was listening to one of his podcasts, and he just wrote a book about, and like one of the things he talks about in there is choose your enemies wisely. And I was like, holy fuck, yeah, like that all like came together in my head for me of like, yeah, like that makes sense on like a personal level. Like what I've always done is like, and it's not like this is somebody I'm gonna destroy or fight. It's just have somebody to compete with. Like you always have to have something that you want to compete against, whether you're going to win or not, but like that's your goal, that's your mission. You always have that in the forefront of your brain of like, how am I going to get what I want done? You have to pick an enemy, and that's going to help motivate you one way or another to achieve your goals. So, you know, whether that's passing a test for school, or getting a promotion at a job, or like maybe it's a personal thing, maybe it's a race that you have to, like me and Brendan are going to do a 100-meter dash. Brendan, fuck you, you're my enemy. Now I have to compete with just you. Like, but you have to metaphorically make enemies with things to make yourself better and improve. And like I was like, when I heard him talk about it in that way, I was like, well, fuck yeah, that's what I've always done. Like, but I always was realistic with it. And there were so many times that I'm not realistic in my adult life. Let's be real. Trying to be a libertarian, I picked the worst fucking enemy. It's the U.S. government. I'm never going to win this fucking battle. But,
True.
But I'm reaching new goals, bitch. No, but like as a feminist, and like when I look at things in my life that I've like was able to overcome and succeed, it was because I picked a realistic enemy that still challenged me, that made me better, that I could conquer. And then I moved on, and not my enemy anymore. And if it has to be again someday, whatever. Like it's a metaphorical fucking view on things. And sometimes it becomes a real thing. And then when, like, I remember my niece, shit, I think this was about 10 years ago. We were sitting at a bonfire, and I was like, how do you see yourself politically? She's like, a feminist. And even back then, without this understanding, I was like, no. Like I had never yelled at her my entire life. Fuck, she's named after me. And I like fucking lost it. No, you do not identify as a feminist. For the love of fucking God, don't fucking do that. It's like all they want to do is fucking destroy men. That makes no sense. It's the dumbest fucking mission in life. You can be mad about men. You can be mad about advantages people have. There's nothing like I'm mad that some people are rich and I'm not. That doesn't make me into this fucking cult where all I want to do is just beat up rich people. Because that's what feminism, and like I gave this whole goddamn lecture about how it's just rooted in hatred towards one group of people, and it's just as bad as everything that's happened to women over the years. Whether it's legit or not, that's just as bad, and that's not the way to handle it.
Yeah.
So it was funny. that's all come full circle in my life over the last couple months of like, after I heard PBD talk about that in his book, I was like, oh, that's what I was doing.
I just don't think like you get to choose your enemy all the time. Like sometimes it chooses you.
No,
And
they
you know,
choose you.
so
Yeah,
so like
sometimes.
I mean, I would agree. Like if you're gonna seek out an enemy, well then obviously don't be stupid about it. But yeah, I mean, sometimes those situations just happen. So, but yeah,
Yeah. No, yeah, it definitely your enemies choose you sometimes. And that's usually the most uncomfortable. Before we started, we kind of talked about some of the personal shit I've been dealing with. That I did not choose that enemy. That enemy chose me, and I've been fucking fighting that one for months.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, those are the ones that are the most uncomfortable because you're not in control of that situation. So those suck. But
no,
you still gotta fucking fight and win, god damn it, because that's what we are. We're men and we're winners, damn it.
adulting is hard.
Adulting is fucking hard.
Adulting is hard.
When you're an actual adult and say it, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw some 22-year-old kid that fucking, I remember when they were fucking just a little baby posting that adulting is hard. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I start reading through the comments. He was complaining that he got a flat tire in his car. I'm like, bitch, that's not adulting.
I was gonna stop being such a bitch.
It's like, I had a flat tire on my fucking first vehicle within a week. Like, that's not adulting. Like,
eat ramen noodles for 5 days straight. Wonder where your next
Or
meal's
don't
gonna
eat
come
for-
from, you son of a bitch.
yeah, don't eat for a few days so you can feed your kids. That's adulting.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, dude. Like, I hate that shit.
Oh,
damn.
God.
Everybody wants to be a victim. Man, damn it.
Speaking of
Anyway,
feminism,
so did Donald Trump win yet?
he's coming. He's gonna win in the most winningest fashion that ever happened.
Speaking of adulting,
He just like oh god, he's so unlikable. I don't understand I don't understand the support. Like the only thing that makes sense, the only thing that makes sense is that people just want him to win just so like just it's like hate watching somebody and like I just don't
Yeah.
get it. I don't get it.
have you heard the news today about him?
No.
He was on Hannity. He was on
Oh,
Hannity yesterday.
No.
And Sean Hannity asked him a question of like, are you gonna, if you were elected president for a second time, are you gonna abuse or overreach on your power? And he goes, only on day one.
Only on day one.
He goes, after day one, I won't be a dictator. It's so fucking CNN, MSNBC. Fucking minds blew.
Yeah.
Headlines: Trump promises to only be a dictator for one day, or Trump says he'll be a dictator. Like, oh, they're just blowing it all out of proportion. And all he said is that he was gonna secure the border and write a bunch of executive actions to put his shit back into place. That's all Sean Hannity's like, well, what do you mean by that? And he goes, well, here's the executive actions I would do. That was it. But like, you could tell he was joking when he said it. He's like, I'll only be a dictator on day one, like just for one day.
It doesn't matter.
And then I'll relinquish power. Like,
it doesn't matter. Like they don't care that he was joking.
it doesn't
when
matter
says
what
it.
he says.
Yeah,
They're all
it doesn't matter.
fucking losing their mind.
Yes. Yeah. Oh God. I just like his popularity keeps rising. I don't get it. He wasn't a good president in the first place.
I just love how everybody else hates it.
Yeah.
Like the black flag in me is just like creeping out of me and just like,
No, don't get me
fucking do it.
Don't get me
They're all
wrong.
gonna fucking kill each other. Just do it.
If he wins, that's a big fuck you to like a lot of people.
It's a huge fuck you.
You know what I mean? Like that's a lot. That's huge.
Fucking Rachel Maddow fucking got on was it on The View or something else? And she said, if Donald Trump gets reelected, he is going to try to prosecute MSNBC and have us executed.
That's so ridiculous.
Like, really? You think Donald Trump wants to kill you? Like, literally execute you?
that's how much like she is so far into the hyperbole game that she just can't. I mean, it's kind of shocking that she's that
Well, it's
much of a
fun.
jackass.
It's fun for me because I'm like, oh, now I want him to get like. Does she understand like the cynicism that comes with that and like how the
She was
reaction to
wrong. She was wrong for 4
about
years on
everything
Russiagate. On Russiagate, she
and
was
on
like
COVID?
completely. Well, yes, but I'm just saying on Russiagate with Donald Trump, she was completely wrong on everything. And did she
She helped
apologize?
create Russiagate.
Did she apologize when the
No,
Mueller report comes out? Oh no. She just doubles down.
doubled down.
Oh yeah, she doubled down. Like she doesn't care. She's just getting paid millions of dollars to lie to people, and she don't give a fuck. So,
Yeah.
like I mean, I guess I'm not surprised that she just keeps this up, but the idea that Donald Trump is going to get in office and try to execute reporters, like he's a jackass, but he's not that stupid.
Right. No, he'll make an enemy out of him, but
But he does that anyway. He
He
does that
feeds
just by
off of it.
talking.
He loves it.
He just does it by talking.
Oh, he just loves it whenever Rachel Maddow talks about him because that means his
course.
name's out there. Like he doesn't give a shit.
They love talking about him. That's when their ratings are the best.
Yeah, I kind of secretly think that they just want him back.
Oh, you know they do, dude. CNN dropped.
They would all
off
make so much money.
CNN dropped off so badly when he left office that they were like struggling. They're still struggling because
they want him back.
They're
so
awful.
bad.
Yeah, of course they want him back.
And then what's this? What's the other like newer news channel? The Newsmax, is it? Like that's where Brian Stelter ended up. That's where Chris Cuomo ended up. Like all these people that keep getting fired from fucking CNN. They all ended up at this fucking.
Is that where they
Newsmax
ended
place.
up? Oh god.
Yeah, I was flipping through. I'm in a hotel room. I was flipping through, and I saw fucking goddamn
Brian
bald-headed fucking
god
douchebag face Brian Stelter, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I thought he got fucking fired. Oh, this is a different channel.
No one trusts that guy. Like no, like even CNN viewers rejected him.
Oh god, yeah. He was such a fucking weasel. My god, the worst one, I think we talked about it on this show. The worst one he had was when like his show was called Meet the Press, where they hold the press accountable and talk about the things that should be being discussed in the news. And he brings Jen Psaki on, the fucking White House goddamn fucking press secretary, and says, what questions should we be asking you? I was like, what? Your show is about what the press should be doing, and you are asking the United States fucking propagandist, that's literally her job.
Yeah.
What should I ask you? Like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, I literally like had a sick gut feeling.
He thinks he's being clever. Oh. It was called Reliable Sources, his show.
Oh, that's what it was.
It was what a garbage show because he wasn't reliable and he didn't have any sources other than the government. But he, yeah, of course he wants to know what she thinks because that's where he gets all his information. He's ridiculous. I mean, he wasn't any better than anybody else, and he certainly wasn't a check on any media or anything.
I never found anything he ever said, even when I was like halfway lefty. I never like there was things I could get with on Chris Cuomo with, and even today, like he's been on PBD podcast a few times, and he's trying to become more relatable. I think it's all just a fucking act.
Yeah, he's a jackass. Yeah, but yeah,
I don't believe anything he fucking says. Now he might be an okay guy. Like I don't know. A lot of people are like. They're like, in real life, he's not such a, like, he can be a dick, but he's not that bad a guy. But his politics, like, I know what his politics are, and I don't fucking like him.
But if you're willing to get on TV and lie, like, knowingly lie, like knowingly,
yeah.
not just like
your kids watched that.
Yeah, like it's wrong, and you're not a good person.
Yeah,
that's it.
So
you're not a good
that
person.
Aside, like when like he was at least somebody that could pull you in because he wasn't so goddamn off the fucking rails. Like I could see the appeal to a Chris Cuomo. I don't see it with fucking hardly any of these guys. Jake Tapper, I can see a little bit, but he still kind of has that holier than thou. I'm better and smarter than you. I've been doing this for so long. Like,
Yeah.
I used to like him a lot more, but the last like 5 years, I've been like, fuck you, dude. Like, you've been fooled way too many times for me to trust you. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, again, Chris Tapper's probably a guy it'd be fun to sit and have a drink with, but then he'd probably get all high. Like, I don't know. He's got TDS, obviously, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
Jake Tapper's not too bad. I don't know. He would, yeah, he's a little arrogant, but like Brian Stelter had that ego.
Yeah,
Like
Brian Stelter's ego was,
but then he
just
wasn't even
awful.
good at being ego. Like he wasn't even good at being an ego. Like I was listening to a thing where he went to a college and some kid asked him a question and he blamed Fox News for the question. It was ridiculous.
Well, that's all his show
was
became, was criticizing Fox News.
Oh yeah, that's it. But that's what I'm saying. Like he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything special that MSNBC, CNN, like anyone that opposite of Fox News did. Like he did nothing special, which is why he got canceled, because he was garbage at it, and he was a egotistical, arrogant twat. So like the idea that I just don't see. I don't see how he's landing a job anywhere, but there's always room for people like that, I guess. Somewhere. I guess. I don't know.
I don't get it. It was creepy because he was only like 35.
Who was Brian Stelter?
Yeah, Brian Stelter.
Oh,
He's
he
young.
looks awful.
He does, doesn't he?
I look great compared to that some bitch.
They brought that up. I think it was when CNN went after Rogan, like what, last year or the year before, they had brought that up to where, like, at that time he was only like 33 or 34. They brought it up, and Joe Rogan's like, "Are you fucking serious? He looks like shit." Like,
damn.
like, like, yeah, it was because Daddy got him into the news business. Like, somebody was talking shit about how he got the job that he had, and yeah,
that's crazy, man. Yeah, I didn't realize he was that young. Yeah, he does not look good.
He's talking about how privilege is such a big deal when he literally scored everything in life off of privilege. But he's gonna lecture all the viewers on CNN about their privilege and what they should do about the.
That's what happens, I guess, when you eat shitty food and suck cock. You know, that's what happens.
Privilege.
Privilege.
Maybe he didn't have to, but maybe his daddy did. I don't know.
Oh, he's not gay? I thought he was gay.
Oh, he probably is gay.
No.
I was just saying his daddy probably did it like not in a fun way. Brian does it for fun. Like,
yeah, he does it for enjoyment.
Yeah.
Enjoyment, yeah.
Fuck CNN. I'm so glad to see these people fail.
Oh, it is so
fun.
bad. So bad.
It's fun to watch it burn. And it is burning so magnificently right now. I'm enjoying this moment in time. I know someday some of them will try to make a comeback, but like the corporate news model just keeps dropping and fading. And it's so glorious to watch, and we're all here for it. We live in the greatest time ever.
It is
where the propaganda arm is like getting weak. They're reaching in, growing a new arm and into social media, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But like the old propaganda arm is dying.
But even with all their propaganda, even with all that COVID, like, and even Ukraine only lasted barely a year, and before a year came up, people were waning on that and be like, no, we shouldn't be funding this. This is ridiculous. You know, like it's not sustaining them. It's not sustaining them as long as it should be. Right. Like if they did not have social media, if we didn't have any voices out there saying like, no, this isn't happening. Like it would be lasting a lot longer.
Here's my fear. We're moving into a generation and a culture of 3 minutes or less clips.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's bad. Yeah.
So our attention span's getting even smaller.
Yeah. Well, not to mention people don't want to read anything. Like, forget
shit.
like, yeah.
So like Ukraine's a good example, kind of to your point, where the when the support wanes so fast and the interest wanes so fast, and the news just didn't even cover it anymore because they're like, well, nobody fucking cares. Like that's the result of this 3-minute fucking TikTok generation that we're about to run into. And then here's my fear though, is it's not that the support will fade. It's that the interest in the where in the fuck is my money going will fade with it, or the interest of stopping it will fade too, or the interest in they're voting for another $106 billion today. Today, they were going to vote for $106 billion. You know how many people knew that was going to happen today? Like nobody that we know.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, I'm pretty black pilled on that anyway, because like most people don't give a shit. Most people don't know.
That's what you should, is that vote. That's like, yeah, the war and the people dying and all this other shit. But like, hey, that's where the ultimately where the change is made, is that vote. And like the fact that nobody cares about that's my black pill a little bit, I guess, is like,
yeah, no, it's
tell
true
somebody,
though, but like,
tell somebody starts posting Facebook events of like, call your senator this day because tomorrow they're going to vote on this. Okay, yeah, let's do that. That's the shit we should be talking about. I don't care about the news. I don't care about that shit on Twitter. I don't care about any of that shit. But like, oh yeah, let's stop voting for $106 billion. Like, who the fuck proposed that?
Yeah, but that's when people cry for compromise. I'm always like, no, absolutely not. That's like the worst thing ever. Because when they compromise on taking more money from me and spending it for completely illegitimate reasons. So
yeah,
if they compromise, I am sad. Like they've screwed us over somehow. So
yeah.
But again, this happens every couple years. Like, oh, they're waking a sleeping giant. These people are waking up. They're gonna care. They're gonna stop this from happening. Yeah. It's just such bullshit. And I hate to say it, because I want to believe that people really are waking up, but people wake up for like a month at a time, 24 hours at a time, I don't know, 48 hours at a time, and that's it. Then they're like, they get on with their lives and they move on.
The
And
closest,
I can't say I don't blame
we got
them.
to it was January 6th, and that was a few hundred people out of thousands. That's it. A few hundred people were trying to do some shit that day. That's the closest we ever got to waking up.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, really? Like, they broke some windows, and like
they were gonna have a sit-in and take over the government.
Maybe, maybe. So, yeah.
There's a few of them that they're gonna send some police. That didn't work out.
Yeah. Yeah, well, when one of your friends gets shot and kind of puts a hamper on things.
Yeah, that kind of ruins your day.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, that's terrible. Anyway, we can wrap this bad boy up since both of our internets seem to be going to shit right now.
Yeah,
but we're an hour in. I think that's a good end point. Glad we could do this finally. Seems like it's been forever. We're almost done with the holiday season, so hopefully we got more to come. I'm begging for snow so I can get snowed in and I can record fuck tons of episodes. But until then, it's I work in retail, and this time of year sucks for me. So we'll do what we can when we can. But otherwise, you can always check out Brandon, Dad's Worldwide. Brandon, tell them where to find you. You got content.
Yeah, I do. It's mostly weekly, and it's at Dad's Worldwide. Dad's Worldwide podcast on Instagram, Dad's WW on Twitter and Facebook. Come check us out, and dadsww.com on the interwebs. But yeah, we talk about dad stuff, parenting stuff, sometimes current events, and mostly have fun. Me and my co-host Tony G, who you might recognize. Yeah.
Most of you should know Tony G. I haven't listened to the newest one yet. I have 4 hours worth of driving tomorrow, so you're on my playlist.
Excellent.
Tonight's presidential debates on my playlist.
Oof.
And then I have a couple of Rogan ones. I don't know when I'm going to catch up to Rogan. I'm just too goddamn busy these days.
It's too hard. It's too hard.
I have to pick and choose
3-hour episodes. It's too hard. It's too hard.
Yeah, I got to pick and choose who I want to listen to. I have to skip some of them sometimes. So, yeah. If it's some social activist, I usually skip it. I just I don't care anymore.
I honestly just listen to the people I want to hear, and then everyone else, I'm done.
Like when he had The Rock on, I was like, okay, I shut my whole playlist down because I wanted to hear him and The Rock, because I was like, okay, that one's gonna be cool.
I haven't got to that one yet, but
it was worth it. It was a good conversation.
I want to hear it. I do want to hear it. Yeah.
It wasn't like earth shattering or anything. Like, don't get super high expectations, but listening to The Rock is fun. And especially if you ever watch wrestling and you know who The Rock is, you're like,
listen, I don't think Dwayne's gonna I don't think Dwayne's gonna let anything out of the bag that's gonna get him in trouble. He likes where he's where he's at. He came out and apologized.
A couple of things.
He came out and apologized really quick about that whole Maui Oprah thing. Okay, he came out real quick to be like, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, he did bring up a couple things like how the Democrat Party. I don't know if he said the Democrat Party. I think he said a political party approached me aggressively in 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I was like, interesting.
I think he made the right choice. You don't want to do that to yourself, especially the way he is. Like, he's loved by everybody. Like, you don't want to, you don't want to do that.
He it works for Reagan. At that, Reagan's age, and he didn't have a whole lot going on the rest of his life.
Sure. But that's the same thing with Schwarzenegger, right? Like, big deal. He was governor for a little while or whatever, big deal. Like, no one cares.
Not like he's doing a lot of movies. Dwayne Johnson, he owns the XFL. He's still doing movies. Like, the guy's still got a lot of shit to do. He's got another 10, 15 years of fucking doing some cool shit before he can. Don't ruin that yet.
Oh yeah, he's still a beautiful man. He's not going anywhere.
He's a beautiful man. All right, folks. Hopefully we can bust another one out for you, get you some more content here soon. But hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed us ranting about, did you know that 214,000 people? Did you know that the Israelis? Did you know the Palestinians are dying? Did you know? Because that's all I'm fucking hearing about today. So that's kind of what this was for me. Was a vent session about fucking don't care. Honestly, I guess I'll wrap that up. Palestine, Israel, I'm sorry. Everybody in the Middle East, just let them bomb each other. Get it over with.
Jesus.
No, that's terrible. I don't want people to die. I wish they would all get together and hold hands and sing Kumbaya, but that's not going to fucking happen. That's not realistic. If you don't know, then stop pretending like you do. I don't know. I'm just saying, hey, this buddy of mine says that what you said was pretty bad, and he's a Jew. So probably shouldn't say that on the internet, because you criticized me for making fun of black people once. So I'm just paying the favor back.
Just once.
Just once. Side note. One funny thing before we get off here. My very first post on Facebook wasn't even for me. It was my brother Lynn, because I was one of the late adopters of Facebook. I refused to get it for so long because I'm kind of like that with a lot of things.
Same.
And so when I finally joined, my brother Lynn's first post was a meme, old school meme, like one of the oldest ones. And you remember Microsoft Word?
Yeah.
It was the compact disc cover of it. And it had a whole bunch of black rappers on there. It just said "Word, yo," and he tagged me. That was the first thing on my Facebook profile.
That's great.
So Yeah, my internet profile started with a little bit of racism. It's the
better,
kind-hearted, fun kind. So, at least I find it that way.
Yeah. I don't think
Word.
that's really racist.
Yeah. Word, yo. All
Word.
right. Peace out. We'll see you guys later.
Peace. What a libertarian is to me is someone that believes in non-aggression, someone that's anti-war.
I'm glad he admits that they totally dropped the ball on advertising this completely unnecessary shot.
I really just wish they would stop targeting children.
That might have been the dumbest 2 minutes of my life ever. Listening to this fucking